Peace. This is Ethereal TV with your host, Doc Blake, bringing to you the 14th episode of the last piece of the puzzle. Let me turn the light on real quick. I was in here rocking. Now I just got my Yamaha S5s hooked up, HS5s hooked up. So definitely having some fun with those. Matter of fact, let me turn this. For me is silver, gold, and cryptos equals freedom. Why? Because they are decentralized currencies, absent of any centralized force. Okay. And let's get into the price action. Bitcoin is at $8,950.02. Litecoin is at $42.37. Ethereum is at $190.96. Gold is at $1,713.73, and silver's at $15.70. So I think silver's about to break through. It's trying. I mean, obviously, I've been thought it was, but I mean, I really think some fireworks could happen, even more than Bitcoin. And everybody's talking about the Bitcoin going on a bull run here, but if silver does, I will not be surprised. Remember, I said that because I feel, and through my research and my sources' research, it is the most suppressed price. It's the most manipulated price. It's the most manipulated asset the world has ever seen in history. So it's very, everybody talks about Bitcoin, but it's very possible that silver could just go on this massive tear. And I could easily see silver at over $50 an ounce. I know it sounds crazy, right? But, I could easily see that, like, no problem. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? What do I know? So I wanted to talk about something, an article that kind of popped up. It's not really an article, it's just something that popped up on my newsfeed, but it ties into the whole artificial intelligence philosophy or theory that I've been thinking of, how the future and the jobs that kind of may have already been lost, or just a lot of jobs in general being people being replaced by artificial intelligence. And there's this uh, machine called Flippy that can basically operate a whole kitchen on its own. So it's really interesting. And who's to say that these, like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, that those jobs are going to be available for people in the future. And that kind of leads into what I think the future might be whole, which is a creator future for humans. I mean, like where most humans are doing some type of art or some type of creator or some type of, or helping people through assistance of some sort. And you know what I mean? Like, I just really see that most people aren't doing the normal type of jobs that people are used to, because there's going to be a piece of artificial intelligence that is able to do that job for people. And it's kind of hopefully going to push humans into a more side of being a creative, the true creative being. Because I feel like there's so much wasted potential in humans that it, like, literally makes me sad and to like live on a planet like this, because like humans are possible of so many great things, but we're like stifled by a system that has kind of worked against us, and we are to blame for this system that we kind of created. So we have to kind of embrace it, embrace the fact that things probably most likely will never be the same. You might, like I said, everybody, it's not far-fetched that everybody might have a robot or some type of artificial intelligence that they're using regularly. Look at Alexa. Isn't that pretty close to artificial intelligence right now? That people, Alexa, how do I do this? Alexa, what direction do I go? Or Alexa, what color is my hair today? I mean, like, that's the reality that we're living in, where and then it's just going to get more and more into artificial intelligence. Where yesterday I watched one of my mining buddies go into a virtual reality that he paid for by Bitmain, the Bitmain miner, and he went into an auditorium or a meeting that they were having, an exclusive meeting that you had to buy a ticket for, and everybody was in there talking to each other. So the future is becoming a reality where, like, you know people are going to have to dabble into things that they don't potentially want to, and learn about this technology that they use all the time. I mean, like, we wouldn't have the files, the records and things that we do our work on nowadays. Like, most companies, almost 90% now, use the internet. It wasn't like that 10, 15 years ago, even, where people who were still had filing cabinets and paper files and things like that. So the future is coming. It's here almost right now, and it's here for the people that know about it more because they're diving into it. So you know what I mean. Definitely pay attention to what's unraveling in the world and how this is going to play out. And I feel like it's a good potential for people to do the research, learn the things that they need to learn, and create a nice solidified platform in this new wave of us using all this technology at our fingertips where you might not be able to do as much business. And I still hope that there's plenty of physical business going on. I mean, like, I'm not even an online shopper. I love to go to the malls. Like, I love King of Prussia Mall. I grew up, you know what I mean? Like, I miss those things too, like for everybody else. But at the same time, like, there's just no point in people missing out on this wave of blockchain, internet technology, very fast streaming capabilities. Just think, like, we didn't have YouTube when I was young. You know what I mean? Like, all these things, like, it's not over with that whole wave. It's actually just starting. If you think about the whole social media thing, we might be what, 10, 12, 15 years in the social media boom, really. You know what I mean? Like, so that's really early, and it's a normal to younger generations, younger to me than me, even more than it is to me. And then you have, like, my favorite, all these decentralized platforms where people are just, I use D Live TV where people are just tipping each other in this cryptocurrency at all the time. I go in there. I've been doing it recently, going on there tipping people. So yeah, and for the main topic today, that was basically all I had to say on the artificial intelligence. Just pay attention. Flippy's out here coming for people's jobs, but then are you going to be upset if you're able to live out your dream, and achieve what you want to accomplish? And that's what we all want on this planet, is for everybody to, us to live in harmony. Everybody to be doing what they want to do, love, do their dreams, whatever, no matter what it is. If you want to cook burgers, you know what I mean, then you're going to start your own restaurant, and most likely do it. You know what I mean? Because McDonald's might not need a cook. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other restaurants might not need. You're gonna have to do that on your own. Start your own restaurant. Be your own cook. So that's what I had to say about Flippy flipping jobs and flipping burgers. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to talk about Block 630,000 because it's very significant to me and most people in the blockchain space. I mean, maybe not quite as significant as the first block ever mined, which the first block ever mined, Satoshi Nakamoto entitled it. Uh, the Times, January 3rd, 2009, Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. That was the first Bitcoin block ever mined back in 2009 on January 3rd. And that's what Satoshi entitled the tag of the block. You know what I mean? So basically, he was coming at the banks back then saying, hey, look, you guys are giving all these guys all this money. You're just printing it, handing it out like it's fucking, you know what I mean? Like toilet paper. But we all know that, never mind. Shit, that's a bad example because toilet paper might be going for like $1 million in the future. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, and the block mine, the 630,000 block mine, the miners, I think it was Ant Pool, labeled the block New York Times, April 9th, 2020, with 2.3 trillion injection. Fed's plan far exceeds 2008 rescue. So there you go. Basically, they're shouting out Satoshi Nakamoto saying, you know what I mean? Look, we know what you're doing. We know what they're doing. And we appreciate for potentially one of the greatest creations that our generation might ever, it could be. Blockchain is, I think, five, especially 3 or 4 years, definitely 5, 10 years. Every country, everybody's gonna have a digital currency. It could happen a lot sooner, especially with this whole pandemic. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see how this all plays out. So very interesting uh, messages in the first block ever mined and the 630,000 block mined. So that's a message right there. It's tied together, and it's a big shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto and whoever you are, we appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean, for crypto, for the blockchain. And I know that it was in the interest of the future and the younger generations, man, and to stop all the madness so we can actually have some real price action, some real price discovery, and we can make this planet move along how it kind of should naturally, as if, and as well as and silver and gold is always going to be there. Other great forms of money, they were great forms too, and that's what creates more of a harmonious. And speaking of electricity, it's amazing how electrical able silver and gold is. You know what I mean? Like it's very conducive of electricity, and it just allows the currency, the whole current of the planet to flow. And now we have this beautiful blockchain, another type of currency, another type of electric form that is definitely taking the planet by storm. And is a lot to it, man. So there's a lot of healing involved, and we're all going through it right now. So yeah, and that's the message for me. This is Doc Blake with Ethereal TV. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.